Julian Jerome on General Hospital may have quite a criminal record, but nothing can keep him down for long. Heck, the guy has come back from the dead twice. The character was introduced back in 1988 and was played by actor Jason Culp until Julian was killed off in 1990. However, in 2013, GH brought on William DeVry in the role of Derek Wells, who was later revealed to be Julian back from the dead. However, while the mobster tried to go straight, he found himself in some trouble from which he could not escape, as DeVry said goodbye to the soap in November 2020. The youngest son of mobster Victor Jerome, Julian had been protected from the family business, but as an adult dove in head first, taking a bullet meant for fellow henchman Duke Lavery. Victor helped his son fake his own death, and Julian learned that Olivia Jerome was behind the hit that nearly killed him. After his brother, Dino, was arrested for trying to kill their sister, Olivia, Julian became head of the Jerome empire. He enlisted Olivia to help take revenge on Duke, but their plan instead led to Anna Devane miscarrying Duke's baby. When Olivia turned on him, Julian killed her, or so he thought, and later died himself in a shootout with Duke's imposter, Jonathan Paget. Cheryl Stansberry later gave birth to Julian's son, Lucas, who was adopted by Tony and Bobby after she died in a car accident. Don't call me Julian in public. Howard Wise/JPSstudios.com. Derek Wells arrived in Port Charles in 2013, taking over the publishing firm previously owned by Todd Manning. However, Ava Jerome showed up in his office and addressed him as Julian, revealing that he was her brother back from the dead. After learning he was a bone marrow match to save the life of Sam McCall's son, Danny, a conversation with Alexis Davis made him realize that he was Sam's father. Unfortunately, Julian couldn't say anything without revealing his true identity and ruining his and Ava's revenge plan against Sonny. After Ava started a relationship with Morgan Corinthus, the young man learned the truth about Julian, but instead of ratting him out, offered to work on his side against Sonny. Ava's gallery premiere for Franco was crashed by Sonny, who revealed Julian's identity, and Sam was stunned to learn he was her dad. She begged Sonny not to kill Julian in case her son, Danny, needed another transplant. Later, Julian came to realize that Lucas was his son, but the young doctor pushed wanted nothing to do with his father. But while many people in Port Charles hated Julian, Alexis found herself continuously drawn towards the bad boy despite his failings. Desperate to get back together with Morgan, Ava betrayed Julian and gave confidential files to Sonny that revealed Jerome was acting under the orders of a mysterious boss. This person ordered Julian to kill Ava, but Morgan saved her. Julian wanted out of the business, but after a fellow mobster, Mickey Diamond, planted a bomb that blew up Alexis' home, he shot the guy in cold blood. Luke Spencer announced himself to be the man Julian had been working for and ordered him to kill Jordan, but Julian refused because it would start a mob war. Sadly, those smiles didn't last long. Howard Wise/JPSstudios.com. On New Year's Eve, a jealous Julian and Olivia Falconeri decided to have sex to make Alexis and Ned jealous, and she ended up pregnant. Because Julian was still doing awful things under Luke's orders, Olivia claimed the baby was Ned's, but the truth soon came out. Julian and Alexis went through many ups and downs, but she eventually married him after he appeared to have gone legit. But after realizing Julian had killed Carlos Rivera, Alexis attempted to help the cops by tricking her husband into confessing to his crimes. Unfortunately, he caught on and threatened to kill her, which naturally led to their divorce. Julian managed to avoid going to jail for his crimes, but found himself under the thumb of a mysterious boss who was eventually revealed to be his not-so-dead sister, Olivia, out for revenge. She was responsible for the car bomb that killed Morgan, and attempted to kill Sam, too. While trying to rescue Alexis from his crazy sister, Julian was shot and fell to his presumed death. Luckily, he survived, and after Olivia was exposed and taken into custody, Julian tried to explain that he had been forced to do all those horrible things by his sister. Julian was there for Kim for better or worse, and they weren't even married. Howard Wise/JPSstudios.com. Julian tried to turn over a new leaf, purchasing Charlie's pub and running a legitimate business for a change. But he helped Brad cover up the death of his and Lucas' adopted son by going along with his story about switching the dead baby with that of a homeless woman. Brad didn't tell him the detail about the baby being Mel's. Julian also tried to distance himself from Alexis for both their sakes and struck up a romance with Dr. Kim Nero. He supported her as her son, Oscar Nero, died of a brain tumor. Distraught at the loss of her son, Kim tried to convince Julian, and other men, to give her another baby, but he managed to talk her down. Julian also planned to buy a house and invite Kim to live with him, but the doctor ultimately decided to leave town alone to start over somewhere else. Julian continued to help Brad cover up the baby switch and was relieved that when Brad finally confessed the truth to Lucas, he didn't mention his father's involvement in the lie. Julian even offered to pay for Scotty to represent Brad in court as long as he kept his name out of it, but Brad pled guilty and went to prison. Julian also had a brief fling with Britt Westbourne when she returned to town, but she didn't stick around very long. When Nell overheard Julian talking about his role in the baby switch, she used that as leverage to blackmail him into marrying her. When that didn't help her get custody of Wiley, she forced Julian to help her abduct her son. He was able to get out of that, but found himself later backed into a corner by Cyrus Renault, who wanted to buy Charlie's pub. Julian also tried to help Alexis when she fell off the wagon again, but she angrily blamed him for everything that's wrong in her life. Cyrus had Julian right where he wanted him. ABC when Ryan threatened to reveal Nell's letter exposing Julian's part in covering up the baby switch, and accidentally almost killing his own son, Julian was forced to make a deal with the devil. After Cyrus arranged for Ryan to be stabbed, he then asked Julian to return the favor by killing Jason Morgan. With Cyrus now in possession of Nell's incriminating letter, Julian offered Marcus Daggert as an alternative target, but the villain wasn't having it. With his back against the wall, Julian found himself forced to plant a bomb at the floating rib to take out Jason. Unfortunately, Cyrus tricked him into setting off the bomb while there were other people there, leading to the deaths of Dustin and Devin, putting Lulu in a coma. Ava was horrified at what her brother had done, and pulled a gun on him, saying she couldn't help protect him any longer, but Jason and Sonny interrupted, leading to Julian falling over the parapet at Windermere. Julian was later seen washing ashore after surviving the fall, and he skipped town, running to New York City in search of Kim. She wasn't home, but he met her nanny and learned that Kim had a son, Andrew. However, Julian left without learning that he was the boy's father. Unfortunately, Julian then encountered Sonny, who wanted him to return to Port Charles and give up Cyrus to the cops. Fearing for his life, Julian refused, and was shot by one of Cyrus' goons. Julian's evil deeds caught up with him in the end. ABC fleeing to a bus station in New Jersey and waiting for a bus to Canada, Julian was bleeding badly and hallucinated ghostly visits from Duke, Connie, and even Alexis, who reminded him of all his evil deeds. After another shootout, Julian found himself on a footbridge confronted by Sonny. Struggling over the gun, Julian was shot again, and then the bridge collapsed. Later, Julian's body was recovered, and seeing the bullet wound, the cops doubted he drowned in the river. It looks like this is the end for Julian, but in soaps, you never know. Love GH? Be sure to join our We Love General Hospital Facebook group to chat about all the latest storylines and juicy gossip. Adblock test, why?